All right, so welcome to another weekly update video. I know even though we're going distance learning, we're going to see each other more often, but I just wanted to make sure that you had access to this. So, any day of the week you could open this up and watch it and figure out what you're supposed to be doing. So, as you can see, here is our weekly plan. 2 days this week, and I kind of wanted to discuss a little bit of what you should be doing each day. Okay, so my expectation is you're going to be doing science every single day, whether I see you or I don't. So on Thursday, I'm going to see periods 1 through 4, and we're going to have a whole bunch of different activities to work through. As you can see, we're going to talk through class expectations, weekly expectations, what is due for the week, our normal stuff. You can also see that we're going to do something a little bit different and fun. One of our classmates takes pictures of space, and he wanted to share that with us. So we're going to take a look at our astronomy picture of the week, and we'll do that each week. Periods 1 through 4, I didn't get a chance to review the fingerprinting the stars activity, so we'll do a little bit of that together. And then we'll get going on our next Explore activity, which is taking a look at star relationships to different sets of data. Okay, so we'll do all of those different activities in class together. If you are in period 6 on Thursday, your expectation is to start working on that Explore activity, which is going to be due on Friday. Okay, so take a look at it, do as much as you possibly can, and we will see you then on Friday. Okay, so speaking of Friday, period 6, I will see you. We will do that normal weekly update, talk about Zoom, classes, and expectations. You'll get a chance to take a look at that really interesting astronomy picture of the day. I'm going to just see if there's any questions that you guys have based on your work on that Explore activity. So make sure you've done a little bit of that, and if you have questions, make sure you ask. You will have work time during class on Friday to finish up that Explore activity, and during those conferences I will or during that work time I will jump in to your breakout rooms, have a little conference with you, kind of see how things are going and what questions you have. That will also happen on Thursday, so don't feel like you're missing out periods 1 through 4. Okay, for Friday, periods 1 through 4, you have all that you need. So on Friday you are using your time in the afternoon to finish and turn in the star relationship Explore activity. Okay, so your only homework for the week is the Explore activity. Make sure you get that done by 11:59 p.m. on Friday. Okay, just a couple of things, and then I'll show you the Explore activity and what needs to get done there. First, Wednesday help days. Okay, so Wednesdays in the morning, that's a big chunk of time for you to get stuff done for all of your different classes, so please utilize that. But as you can see, there's also a chunk of time in the afternoon each Wednesday for help. And I will be available every single Wednesday starting at 11:30. It just kind of depends on where I'm at because we're alternating between different subjects getting help at school. So this week you had the opportunity to get help through Zoom. I might have requested you. You could have showed up on your own. That Zoom link will be open all the time on those help days. Okay, from 11:30 to 3 or 3:30. Okay, coming up next week, just wanted to put this on your radar that it's work time again, but then also help time for science on that week is at school. So if you'd like to come to school and get some help, let me know. I can request you. Otherwise, I might also request some students that might need that. Okay, and it just kind of alternates back and forth between Zoom help sessions and help sessions at school. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to talk about here before we jump into the Explore activity is kind of the end of the trimester. It's coming up really, really quickly. It's December 4th. Which means your first official grades are going to come up here pretty soon. So I know some of you are going to want to do everything that you can to get the best grade that you can. And for science class, that is going back to all of your assessments and improving them, trying to get them to that mastery level. So if there are things in the grade book that you want to improve, you just need to go back, take a look at my feedback, ask me questions about the feedback if you have them, fix everything that you need to, and then resubmit. You do not need to send me a Schoology message saying that you resubmitted. Schoology will let me know that. But please do send me a Schoology message if you're confused about my comments or are just stuck. But as you can see, on November 25th, that is your very last day to resubmit any assessments to be improved. So you have between now and the 25th to do that work. Okay, so on those Wednesdays, if you're bored and you don't have work to do, go back and take a look and turn stuff in. In the afternoons after your Zooms, if you have open time and you want to improve your grade, those are the times to do it. Okay, so please utilize that time wisely because the cutoff is November 25th for that, so that you can get the best grade that you can. Okay, so jumping back to Schoology, all right, we have the weekly plan link up at the top, and just so that you know, our Zoom link for class Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is right here. You just click on that and I'll let you in when class starts. Okay, but the other thing that I wanted to show you is the Explore activity. All right, it's not posted yet, but it will be, so it will be in the upcoming shortly. Okay, it is the star relationships Explore activity. It's the second one. When we open this, there's an attachment very similar to the last time, and what you're going to do is you're going to open this Google Doc and send it over to Notability so that you can write on it, because you're going to be doing a lot of writing on this thing. Okay, so I did that. Okay, there it is. So it looks like this. There's a little bit of background up there at the top. Highly recommend reading that and maybe taking a look at some of those highlighted words and going out and figuring out what they mean. You can go to a database, specifically a science one, because luminosity is a word that means lots of different things. So we're going to want one that is specific to science. Okay, so read that. Do a little bit of research if you want to. It's going to be helpful. Okay, and what we're doing here is we're taking a look at a bunch of different stars. So big data table, as you can see, with stars, and there are two pieces of data for each star that you get. Okay, you get the temperature in degrees Kelvin. That might be something you want to look up too, because we're so used to Fahrenheit. Science uses Celsius most often. However, in this case, we're dealing with things that are very, very hot, so we're going to use something called Kelvin. And the other thing that we're using or have data for is luminosity, and that's why you should go look that word up so that you can figure out what it means, so these numbers can make sense to you. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this data and you are going to come down here and graph it. Okay, so you've got the luminosity on the y-axis and the temperature on the x-axis. Okay, so you're going to just plot all that data. You are going to label the sun as the sun, so write the word sun wherever it's supposed to go on this graph, and then everything else you just can put an X. All right, and then from there you're following directions. You're going to do a little bit of coloring. Okay, and you'll figure out why that is in a little bit. Once you're done making your own graph, you're going to tap on that link there and look at it and compare it to something called the HR diagram. You might want to look that up as well as to what that's supposed to be. You're going to use that diagram to label yours up there at the top with things like supergiants and dwarfs and main sequence stars. Okay, so you're going to circle the groups and then label them. And then you've got some questions to answer, 7 through 11. And that's that. Okay, that is the Explore activity. And I think that's all for the video for the day today. Okay, so if you have any questions, you run into any problems, you let me know. And I'll see you in the next couple of days.